welcome to the hut. This is a Halloween Horror Nights videos covering on both coasts, but I do plan for this to start kind of a mini series of sorts for the upcoming week about Halloween Horror Nights 30 coverage. There's a lot to cover, and today I just want to start will it happen at all and some rumors I've been hearing. And throughout the week I'm going to be posting videos such as my speculation for houses coming to the event, if the event is happening, maybe some scare zones, and maybe some wish list house that I would hope come to the event, but I'm not sure if they will. So to start this video, let's get into the question of will it happen at all? And this is just my personal opinion, but as of now, I do think the event will happen, but I think it's more of just a question of will it be as fun as previous years? Now, this is a question I'm still not 100% confident on the answer on. The hope inside me says yes, and that this will still be a fun event. It obviously won't be the same, but that doesn't mean it'll just be not fun at all. I think by September, they could possibly have a little more leeway into what they could do with certain scares. I still think it's going to be very strict. But another possibility I've been thinking is the event could just get pushed to October. And it could be a limited event like October 1st and November 1st. That way, while, a month might not do as much, if the cases decrease, letting a whole month go by, if best case scenario that does happen, that could do a lot, and it could ease some restrictions for Universal. But then that begs the other question of, will people feel safe enough to go? Just because they're allowed to ease the restrictions doesn't mean they should. So I think it's a lot of questions. We have zero answers right now. All we can do is speculate. But I think overall, yes, the event will happen. I think it will be fun, but I don't think it'll be as fun as past events if they have the same restrictions on them, like 6 feet apart, wearing masks. I'm not sure how it could be as fun as previous years, but I still think the event will be fun. I don't think it's going to, I don't think you can ever walk into Universal for Halloween Horror Nights and go, this sucks. I think it's just going to be more of a, all right, this is good for now, but let's wait till next year. Let's wait till next year and see what they have to offer when they can just fully blow it out of the water. And I think they're going to try their best this year. I'm not complaining because I really don't know what I want, because part of me is like, let's do the reasonable thing and let's just not do it, wait a year. But then I feel like a lot of people in the theme park community are feeling this too. It's kind of like, but when that announcement hits that it is canceled, it's kind of like a, and I don't know what we're going to do, that type thing. So I personally, I'm very 50-50 on it. I totally see both sides of it. I see the side of Universal's already open. It might be a little more difficult for Halloween Horror Nights to operate, but they can implement the same policies they've been using for the day guests. But I also see the side of, look at how much more crowded Halloween Horror Nights is every single night, and not just, around Christmas time or the holiday, anytime. So I totally see both sides. I'm very conflicted on what I personally want. So honestly, whatever gets announced, I'm going to be happy with. If they announce that it gets canceled, then I'm just going to shift in that 150% and be like, all right, here we go next year. And if they announce the house and they say it's happening, I'm going to be like, okay, then let's do it. But I think there will be a lot of changes, especially to Frequent Fear. I don't think you'll be able to go every single night. I think they'll maybe do some scaled back Frequent Fear, like where you would maybe only be allowed to go, this is just spitballing, but let's say okay, you can go 3 nights on any night you want on a Sunday through Thursday through the event, rather than any Sunday through Thursday you can go. I'm not sure the exact names, it's been a while for me, but I know there's one Sunday through Thursday, Sunday through Friday, and then Sunday through Saturday. But I think they'll limit it to that, to where you can go any night of the week if you want, if you buy this pass, but you can only go 3 times, and maybe they'll lower the prices a bit. And I could see that, and I think that's reasonable, because I think, I went 5 times to the event last year, and I know people go way more than that, and that's because I just don't have the time. This isn't my job. But I know a lot of people theme park coverage, that is their job, or that is a huge part of their job. So they just go to Halloween Horror Nights 15 or even every single night of the event. And I think that's great, but I also think that's gonna hurt and in terms of like how attendance for the park and how many people are going to show up, and I think it would help to limit the amount of people that could go. Another rumor for the event is that it will be a dry event. There will be no alcohol served. Now, I personally think this will only affect more like one-time guests, that come like, they visit from a few hours away and they come like once every year and they're just trying to have a good time, or like college students that are right there and they want to come. I guess older college students, because I guess you have to show an ID at Universal. But I could see people that live in the area and come like maybe just like once. It would affect them the most, because I feel like a lot of HHN fans come to the event, and while getting a drink is heavily encouraged, it's not a requirement. Like, you can still have fun without alcohol. But I think, not to discredit theme park fans, I know you might like to get a little crazy on Halloween Horror Nights night, but it's not a deal breaker because they know the significance of the event. But I feel like some people come and they just get totally drunk and totally wasted, and they just go through the houses. Like last year, or it was 2 years ago, Halloween 4, we were held up because someone puked in the house and they were so drunk, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. So I could see a lot of people, this could be a deal breaker, but I think that's the point, because it will, number one, it might drastically lower the crowds to where people are like, it's not worth it. But also it could help with social distancing, because if people are drunk and they're stumbling around, it's going to be hard to tell a drunk person to socially distance. Like, I don't think they're going to care at 1:30 in the morning when they're they've had like 7 beers. It might be too much. I don't know how much you can have, but I think it won't ruin the event. But I could see how for some people it would damper the event. So overall, those are my thoughts on Halloween Horror Nights 30. I think I almost know what's going to happen after seeing all these construction updates. Hollywood, I'm not too sure about. I think it still will, especially now with Florida, as of this date, rising above California. But they've also halted a lot of construction, not officially, but in Santa Clarita Drone, I can leave the link to their channel down below. I've been watching some update videos, and they were going for a while, and then they're not getting as much done now, and there's only 4 mazes that we can visibly see. And I don't know if they would just like stop at 4, and they might, but at that point I would rather just cancel it. There's only 4 for Hollywood, and they do like 6 for Orlando. Like, I'm fine to wait a year. I actually think making more mazes, almost like making more original mazes. Like, let's say it's usually it's a 6-4 split with IPs taking over. I'd rather see 6 original mazes and 4 IPs, not out of taste, but because of drawing people there. That way, the people that are there, it's already a capped attendance. They can disperse through 10 haunted houses, but it's also not like it's such a draw when there's 6 IPs. Like you have like Ghostbusters, Killer Clowns, Universal Monsters, and all these things where people are like, oh, I want to go for that, I want to go for that, I want to go for that. You can cut back 2 IP houses, and that limits the demand a bit. And that way people can disperse to original houses while also having fun in the IP houses. So that's just a thought from me. I'm not sure if that'll happen. I think they might just cut a couple houses. I could see them doing like 8 houses. But I think it just depends. And like I said, we're all speculating at this point. I think we're all like actually dying for an announcement. I've been checking Twitter every day, their Twitter page, and to dismaying results. Or I'll see an account tweet something that has the same profile picture, and it's not that account, and then I kind of get my hopes up. But it is what it is. So with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. Any support helps. This is a very new channel, actually, just a month now. And likes, subscribes, comments. I want I want to evolve this channel. I want to go to the parks. I want to get better equipment. But right now, this is all I have. This is all I can do because I'm just starting out. So honestly, any subscriptions or any likes, it truly helps. And I really want to elevate this channel through the coming months. And hopefully by Halloween Horror Nights, I can have a decent enough fan base to where I can get a better camera and go record Halloween Horror Nights. So again, thank you for all your support. This has been another theme park cut video, and let's hope it's not the last.